Extra powers have been granted to police and council officers to tackle anti-social behaviour in Fareham town centre. It comes after a reported rise in complaints about people drinking, taking drugs, aggressively begging and rough sleeping in the area. The new powers will mean police and other officers can confiscate alcohol and drugs and even hand up fines of up to £100. Shan Robins has the details.
Fareham Borough Council say the new powers were needed after the town began to see problems with people coming into the centre, begging, drinking alcohol, taking drugs and rough sleeping.
It's really been quite a problem for us during this summer, so much so that the police have actually had 694 complaints to them, and equally we found antisocial behaviour in Fareham has gone up 30% during that period as well, so we felt really we needed to do something in that respect. It's somewhat unfortunate to a certain extent that these people, then there's about probably 30 in all that are coming into Fareham, and they're coming from sort of a majority from Southampton, Portsmouth, Gosport, etc. They're not actually homeless, but I think they probably see Fareham as a bit of a soft touch in that respect. And equally, I mean, the other point really is that people get quite excited about homeless, quite rightly so. Well, these people aren't actually homeless, they chose to be homeless because we've got 14 different agencies that, whether it's housing, whether it's drugs, alcohol and so on, mental health, to help these people, and equally we as a council have a duty to actually put anybody who are homeless into bed and breakfast, but of course these people choose not to do that.
I went in search of the places where persistent offenders were said to gather, but at the time of filming none were to be found. One of the charities that helps rough sleepers and those who find themselves homeless told me that they believe these new orders will help those in genuine need. They say that those causing trouble with antisocial behaviour are giving a bad name to the people who really do need help. For example, an Eastbourne man who came to Fareham a year ago and has since fallen on hard times and found himself homeless.
I've been in Accessive 101, but obviously that's on emergency beds. And again, obviously it comes down to priority needs.
One of the things that the council have said is that they think people come in from other places that aren't actually even based in the borough. Are you aware of that?
Not so much around here. I mean, there's a few. Obviously, you do see some new faces pop up, but a lot of them are people that have been homeless as long as I've been, if not longer.
What it actually that means now is the police and enforcement officers can now actually have got a number of measures, and only to be used as a last resort, where they can confiscate any drugs, alcohol, etc. They can prosecute anybody who persistently offends, and they can do on-the-spot fines for £100. But I do emphasise that really is a last resort.
And a lot of people that are on obviously job seekers or ESA, etc., obviously they're being fined for sleeping rough, but where else can you sleep? So again, I think it's just hindering the problem. I think it's making it worse. You're finding people with limited money anyway to survive, but then you're finding them for begging. How many fines can you give them?
There's a lot of intervention that goes on, as I say, from the 14 different agencies to try and help these people. So, it would just make life a bit easier. And I mean, it's a bit unfortunate that, elderly people have been targeted by beggars, etc., and quite intimidating as well. And we've even had one of the PCSOs in Fareham had his quite a nasty cut to his throat as well. So really, it's those sort of things we just can't tolerate. And I mean, I think the most important thing for Fareham is it's a very safe and healthy place to live in, and we want to maintain that situation as well, of course.
Don't want to rely on the state, never have. We're not even signing on. I had 101 help me, but again, their resources drop.
Would you work if someone did offer you work?
Yeah, I mean, I have been working. I mean, I've had several jobs. I've had 2 jobs since I've been down here. I don't look homeless. I could walk past you. Most people won't even think twice. It's just the fact that I'm sitting down just to get something to eat, because it's either that or go steal it. I'd rather not do petty crime. I'd rather swallow my pride and feed myself. It's simple as that.
Enforcement officers in Fareham will only use the new powers if alcohol, drug consumption or persistent begging is directly linked to antisocial or disorderly behaviour, or if they believe that such behaviour may occur. This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.